one day, my children will shout for me, will pray for me.
Han Meditation.
Hello guys, I am Han, this is Kelly.
Hello everybody.
We are Han Meditations. We're back with another interesting video. So you guys saw our video where we were talking with Corbin 5D Fine Arts about his experience between a Muslim funeral and juxtaposed to a Jewish funeral, all within a 2-week span. He went to a Jewish funeral and a Muslim Islamic funeral, and he got to experience what that was like. If you haven't seen that video, definitely go check that out on our channel. It's very, very fascinating to hear him talk about it. So, you know, we wanted to learn more about this concept and more about the actual burial and the funeral rituals that take place when you are Muslim. So find somewhere comfortable to sit and watch, and let's get right into it together.
When my mother know that me and my sister learning, my mother so happy. She doa that one day my children will shout for me, will pray for me, and do the salat for me. It's our responsibility lah to shower them, to shrouding them. The showering is your last touch, and this is the how to treat parents, membalas jasa lah.
La ilaha illallah wahdahu la syarika lah. Lahul mulkul hamdu yuhyi wa yumitu wa huwa hayyun daimun la yamutu hayyu wa ala kulli syai'in qadir.
My name Haji Muhammad Roslan bin Haji Samri, and I'm the director of Pengurusan Jenazah Siran Baru. I'm an imam. For me, an imam, we cannot misjudge the body lah. When it is this pass away, there are 3 good signs and 3 bad signs. The eyes will terbuka like that, open up. That's good sign, because Allah show you all the things that you do in this world, like video clip. But when the soul want to come out from the body, it's like camel or a cow being slaughtered. Something like that. That's not a bad sign. When you die like this, this is a bad person. You cannot do that, you cannot do that. Never say bad thing occurs the dead body. You feel these people all enter hell one. No, useless. Come on, brother. Because how are you going to answer the malaikat question? Waman ikhwanuka. He died in a good way or bad way. Even though he commits suicide, we as a Muslim brothers, we always do the best for him. Because punishment is all from God, not us. In Singapore, we practice talqin. The talqin is to teach the dead body what to do in the graveyard. After the soul been buried, the 2 malaikat will come. The malaikat will question this dead body in the graveyard. Ma rabbuka, wa man nabiyuka, wa ma dinika, wa man imamuka, and wa man ikhwanuka. All those still alive, so listen to the talqin. You have to prepare lah. Then one day you will question also. You won't be sombong, because at the end of the day, all your rank, your house, your big money, whatever valuable in this world, you will leave behind.
So today the disease from hospital come to the Pusara Mosque, shower, shrouding. After that, do the prayers, and then we will go to the cemetery. We will prepare all our things for the janazah from A to Z.
I called my sister to join me. Last time she's a nurse who been treat patient at home, because now I'm 55 years old already. So I will make sure to look for somebody who can be trusted. So I called my sister in. Last time when I started with my wife 2 person, right? We always waiting who gonna call us. People all praying to have a long life. We always expecting people to die. Sorry. Because it's the reality. It's my job scope. No people die, no job, no income. I think we do the wrong things. I tell my wife, why not we conduct classes teach those who want to learn about the funeral. At least you know how to become imam when your parents pass away. Think of that. When you think of that, you become a good man.
He said something in that video that was really interesting at the end. He said, when you think of death, you become a good man. And
very interesting.
You know, when I was actually in the hospital, and I wasn't just in, a normal hospital room. I was in the ICU, which is the intensive care unit, which is where they put the most serious patients who are dying. I was in there for 2 weeks, and I could see people dying in there. And it was a time of COVID too. So sometimes you go in a room, you'll see like people with that's when they were putting the respirators in people, and they found out later that you shouldn't be doing that. And because it stops your lungs from working essentially. So you just stay on there until you die essentially, because your body feels like it doesn't need to work anymore. But I'm not a doctor. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's just what I heard. But I would see people in there, because sometimes you just, if you just look across the room or whatever, I basically would never leave the room, but sometimes you would just look around and you'd see them wheeling people in and out, know, and some of the people, would be deceased. So it's one of those situations where you're thinking about death a lot. And whenever you're in that situation and you're thinking about it, you're thinking about your own mortality. Am I doing the right thing? Am I surrounded by the right people? Have I lived my life in the right way? And that's some of the things that I think about on a daily basis. But I always had that faith and connection to God that everything that's happening is supposed to happen. And I always share that connection with God. And that was beautiful to see the whole process of the burial and how serious they take it, even saying that you shouldn't talk ill of the dead. What did you think, Kelly?
Yeah, I thought that was very interesting when he said, when you think of death, you become a better person as well. Because I didn't expect him to say that second part, but I was like, oh, wow, that's really true. Because it's just like, it's not even in a negative way, but it's a reality, right? Like, we're all gonna not make it out alive. You know what I mean? Like, we're all that's the end for everybody. But it doesn't have to be a negative thing. I mean, something that is that natural. It happens to every single person ever. So it's clearly the right way and, what Allah wants. So it's like, how should we think about that if it's clearly from Allah? And what should we think about that? And what should we take away from that? And when you think that, hey, this person in my life, whatever, one day they're going to be gone. And when you kind of have that perspective, for a multitude of reasons. Maybe it makes you realize you should spend more time with someone. Maybe it makes you think you should forgive someone. Maybe it makes you think about your death, what you should be getting done before then, or what you want to accomplish, So it doesn't have to be a negative thing. And I really liked from what we learned with our interview and with this is that there's a lot of color involved with the Islamic funeral, which I think is very, very beautiful. And he seemed like a very joyful man who does keep that perspective about death, that it is a joyful thing and can give more life if you look at it the right way. So I thought that was a very nice video.
Definitely, guys. So let us know what you guys thought about that. Thank you guys for liking the video, subscribing, commenting, and thank you to everybody that donates to the channel. We appreciate it more than you realize. Thank you,
thank you, everybody.
We love you, and we'll see you
in the next video.